Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to talk about Lori Vallow updates. There's a lot, and I kind of haven't done an update for a minute just because I wanted to get all the facts together. I feel like there was a lot going on when her mom got interviewed, all the Dateline specials, stuff like that, and I feel like a lot of stuff's getting released. So I wrote down my key points that I thought were important to touch on this, and then late last night, as I just got done writing all these key points, I found out a lot of crazy information that I'm going to share on this channel. So first I'm going to write down my first key points, and then at the end of that is when I'm going to go in with the all new stuff that's like really crazy. And I actually put this up on like a little post on YouTube yesterday, like, oh my god, my mind's blown, I can't wait to tell you guys about this. So just stay tuned, there's gonna be a lot of information. So I have all my notes, so if you see me looking down, that's why. I always make sure that I write notes with this case because there's so many crazy people, so many things happening, don't want to mess it up. So first of all, Lori was sued by her third husband, Joseph Ryan, which is Tylee's dad, for hiding Tylee. This happened more than a decade ago in 2006. I thought that was very interesting because obviously her kids are missing now and she's claiming that they're hiding. Well, she hasn't claimed that because she hasn't really spoken, but that's basically what her family and her niece Melanie is claiming. So the lawsuit asked the court to fine Lori and hold her in jail for 18 months for ignoring the custody order. Now, this led to the dispute between Joe Ryan and Alex, which is Lori's brother. Ryan was assaulted with a gun, and Alex pleaded guilty and spent 3 months in jail because of this. Now, if you guys remember from the Dateline special, Colby, her son, has said that Ryan, Joseph Ryan, which is Tylee's dad, has hit him on the head many times, and he also claimed that he was sexually and he was physically abusive towards Colby. So I found that very interesting. So that's probably why she hid Tylee from him, right? But then this went on for 12 years until he died of a heart attack. But the Attorney General is currently investigating his death right now because of everything that has happened. So that's very interesting. And I believe that, you know, physical abuse, sexual abuse definitely goes on. I would do the same thing. I would want to hide my child. But what's very interesting about this is that there's so many misfortunes around Lori. Like, this dad did this thing, Charles was abusive, so-and-so was abusive. It just, you know, I feel like when you have 5 husbands, of course, maybe, you know, percentage-wise, yeah, probably one's going to be abusive, something's going to go on that's bad. But for every single one of them, it's like, I wonder, is it true? Is it not true? I don't know if I'm buying it. Now, I'm not going to say that I believe Colby or not believe. In my last video, I was kind of skeptical. Still not 100% because I know Lori is kind of manipulative. You know, I don't know her personally, but with all the facts coming out, seems to me, and I feel like the rest of the world, she seems pretty manipulative. So who knows if she told a younger Colby these things happened and they really didn't. I'm not sure. I want to see facts. You know what I mean? I want to see evidence, and it sounds terrible, but I'm just not totally sold yet. But okay. Then Alex's death is ruled to be from a blood clot. So that just came out that his autopsy said is a blood clot. Melanie, Lori's niece, in the Dateline specials, honestly, I didn't make a video on just, you know, her interview because she just repeats the same thing over and over again. And it's basically that she claims that she's hiding the kids from people trying to harm them. She claims that Lori is hiding the kids. So do I think that Lori knows where the kids are? I'm not 100% sure, but I think Lori knew that either she was going to hide them, she was going to do it, maybe she did, and I don't even want to say that she hurt the kids because I'm praying that she didn't. But I think whatever Lori did to these kids, I think Melanie knew that she was going to do something beforehand. I'm not saying that I think Melanie knew exactly Lori's plan, but I think Melanie knew that Lori had a plan going on, whether it was to leave the kids, to hide the kids, to possibly harm the kids. I think Melanie knows more than what she's saying personally. Melanie also says a big question is, why did Charles have a $2 million life insurance on Lori? During her interview, she kept saying, you know, everyone keeps saying, why is Lori changing the insurance and blah, blah, blah. Why is Lori doing this and that? And she goes, but I think something that everyone needs to know is, and be asking is, why is Lori, why does Charles have this life insurance out for Lori, right? So I'm getting on my Facebook now where I'm in a group with lots of people close to this case, and by close to this case I mean the grandparents are in it, neighbors, friends, things like that. So I was on it last night and I felt like this was super, super interesting. I just watched the video that came out of Charles Vallow, like the police cam, and Charles Vallow, it was right before he died when Lori just up and left, stole his car, stole his money. He had $7 to his name, and he's trying to tell the police officers, listen, this woman has told me she was going to kill me. She's saying that I'm not Charles Vallow. She's claiming I'm somebody else. He's going on into great detail, and it really grinded my gears. It frustrated me, and even my husband was listening to this, and he's not super invested in this case. He kind of knows what's going on, and he's like, those police officers are not taking him seriously. Like, they're being really rude, and they seemed like, just, this is dumb, I don't have time for this. They seemed very just, what are you scared of? You're a guy, she's a girl, like, she's a little blonde girl, who cares? That's like the vibe I got from these police officers, almost like. And then the police officers kept saying, okay, well, she said she was going to kill you and hurt you, but why are you worried about the kids? And he said, well, she's not in her right mind, like, something's seriously wrong with her. And he said, she said she was going to hurt me. And the police officer again says, well, what's that have to do with the kids? Being just like very rude, kind of just being like, this is a waste of my time. That's kind of the vibe he was acting. And I just, that was messed up. Just because you're a guy doesn't mean a girl can't abuse you, or just because she says she's going to kill you, like, obviously it's possible. Hello. So I thought that was like really crazy. I'm going to link that video down below if you want to watch it for yourself. It's like 21 minutes. But the very beginning is what kind of says the most, is that you could tell he still loves her. He said, listen, like, you could tell he's not trying to talk bad. He just like wants to find his kids. And he's even saying, like, listen, she's gotten to this religion 5 years ago, but her cult-like antics and like her mental state has gotten really bad the last 2 years. And he goes into detail, like, she's acting completely different, like something's really wrong here. She's not herself, and that's why he's worried about the kids. And basically the cops blow him off, you know, in a snarky way. So I definitely recommend checking out that video so you could get your own opinion on it, and definitely let me know below what you think of that video if you watch it or if you've already watched it. But then, so I get on this group and I'm kind of just looking around, and I see that a guy named Burke Ladler was a good friend of Charles. So he wrote in this group to Justin Lum, which is from Fox 10 News. He said, Lori fell apart months before anybody knew anything, and Charles tried to quietly and respectfully help her. Now, this goes along with that video that I was just telling you about, the police stuff, where Charles was saying, like, I'm worried for the kids. Here's why. She's not in her right mind, but I still love her. Like, I just want what's best for her. I want to help her. He wasn't bashing her. He wasn't making her out to be a terrible person at the same time. So that resonated with me. And then, okay, I'm going to go back to reading. She would tell him she was a resurrected being and married to an angel named Moroni, and would go to the LDS temple to have sex with him, which is Moroni, the angel. She said she would only eat food for the taste, and she started to slowly worship Chad. What's very interesting, the Moroni, they have a statue of him, which is the angel. They're actually currently taking it down right now, which is very interesting. She left JJ and vanished for weeks. She stole money from him, me, and our company. I didn't know that she stole money from the company. But in the police video, he says that he didn't even have money to pay the people who worked for him when she had left during that video. Charles wasn't killed in self-defense. He was murdered. He played minor league baseball. I did not know that. And looking at the police video, he looks like a very tall, strong, healthy, fit man. He played minor league baseball and was a pretty jacked guy. If he swung it back, Alex would never have gotten up. Charles did not cheat on her. He was never abusive to her. The thing that hurts the most is Lori was so kind, so sweet and gentle. You fell in love with her just after 5 minutes. Charles adored that woman, and now I don't even recognize her. So I thought that was interesting. Something else that got my brain going too is that during the police video with Charles, he said that she had said to him that just take the kids, I'm done with them, I want nothing to do with them, or something along those lines. And definitely that makes you think. It's very interesting that she said that to him and now we can't find them. And that just kind of made my brain, my, wheels turn. So that kind of... Ugh, as soon as I heard him say that, it was like my heart dropped a little bit, because it's very eerie watching this video because he passes away not too long after. Burke Laidler also goes on to say that watching the body cam was rough. I feel like I finally started to heal and now it's been ripped back open. Charles was salt on earth, one of the best guys I've ever had the honor of knowing. Then he also goes on to say, I love talking to Lori. She was a funny, spunky woman, and then one day it was like all the light left her. Her face looks so different now, and Charles literally did everything he could to love her, forgive her, help her, and save her until the very end. And I think it's pretty obvious in the police cam video that he really did still love her, even though she was going off the deep end, you know what I mean? Then he also goes on to say, thank you for the love. I pray for justice and for the truth to finally be revealed about everything. There's so much more that the media isn't saying. That definitely makes me wonder. But you know what? Honestly, with this case, I'm sure there is more because there's always more. This case gets crazier and crazier. Then again, he says he was responding to people's comments. He said he loved Lori. He always spoke so highly of her, literally all of the time. When Lori started losing her mind, he would just cry to me and say, I can't give up on my best friend. That's so sad. I would be the same way if my husband started going that route. I wouldn't give up on him either. Then again, replying to someone's comment, he said he would just say, she's my best friend, I can't give up on her. He was devastated but not defeated in that sense. He missed his beautiful bride, as he always called her. Someone said, I hope it gets resolved soon, blah, blah, blah. He responds to another person and says, I think she either had a permanent mental breakdown or got possessed, because you're right, she was an angel. She was a sweetheart and so charismatic. And then one day she just wasn't one of those things. This kind of reminds me of the Shannon Watts case a little bit. Just, he adored her, and then a few weeks later, it's like he snapped, and that happens. We've seen it. All right, so that's pretty much all of the new information that I found. Let me know what you guys think. I definitely want to hear your thoughts on all of this stuff. I thought it was absolutely insane. If anything new comes up, I'll make sure to add another update on this, and I can't wait to for this all to get resolved. It sucks that the hearing got pushed back, or the court got pushed back because of the whole pandemic and all that stuff. I know everyone's just like dying for this to almost come to an end, to a conclusion. So I love you guys. I hope you guys like this video. Remember, JJ's birthday is on Monday. Make sure you think about him. I love you all, and I'll see you soon.